Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Collymore reacts to Saka being named England's Player of the Year. Stan Collymore has told the Sunday People that Bukayo Saka has been pretty average for England as he reacted to the Arsenal star being named as the Player of the Year for his country. Of course, much of the talk surrounding Gareth Southgate's side right now is pretty negative. They have been relegated from their Nations League group after another defeat this week. It's far from the ideal preparation ahead of a World Cup, but there has been some positive news for Saka in the last few days. It was announced that the 21-year-old has been named as England's Player of the Year for the 21-22 season. The youngster scored 3 goals in qualifying for the tournament for Qatar. Nevertheless, Collymore suggested that Saka being given the honor is a concern given his form on the international stage. Bukayo Saka is a reasonable choice as England's Player of the Year. His attitude and freshness around the camp have been welcome, he told the Sunday People. But overall, the international performances from the Arsenal kid have been 6 out of 10. For the player of the season to have been at that level going into a major tournament is a worry. The Three Lions have not seen the best of Saka on a consistent basis, but Arsenal supporters may argue that is partially down to how the youngster has been used. Southgate has not exactly played to his strength, even using him at left wing back against Italy this week. The problem for Saka is that England have so much quality in those areas around the striker, and Saka is probably one of the most versatile of the lot. He has previously shown that he's able to play at wing back for Arsenal. It seemed to take some time before he was given a long run as the right-sided forward. As Collymore suggests, the decision to give Saka the award is hard to complain with, but his comments highlight that there is so much more to come from the attacking midfielder if used correctly. Charles Watts has update on Arsenal star Thomas Partey. Charles Watts has provided an update on the fitness of Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey. The Goal.com Gunners correspondent, speaking on his YouTube channel, was able to give good news on the matter. On Friday night, Partey was initially in the Ghana starting 11 to face Brazil. However, the Arsenal man was withdrawn before kick-off and replaced by Mallorca's Idris Obaba. This led to speculation about Partey's fitness and some anxiety from Arsenal supporters. Given the player has had his fair share of fitness and injury issues over the years, it was certainly concerning. However, Watts says he has spoken with people close to Partey who have apparently said it's not a serious issue. Indeed, the Arsenal man will reportedly stay with Ghana for the duration of the international break. Better still for the Gunners, Partey is not expected to play in the game against Nicaragua on Tuesday. Now, Thomas Partey also has been granted permission to travel back to London for further assessment. David Seaman couldn't believe Ethan Nwaneris' age when he first saw him in Arsenal training. Arsenal legend David Seaman has raved about Ethan Nwaneri after the teenager made his senior Gunners debut against Brentford last weekend. Mikel Arteta included the youngster in the squad after Martin Odegaard was ruled out due to an injury. Arsenal fans didn't really think much of it when they first saw his name on the team sheet, but he has been the talk of the town since. Nwaneri was brought on for the final few minutes of the game against Brentford, and the 15-year-old is now the youngest player in the history of the Premier League. Seaman has been doing some coaching work at Arsenal with their younger players over the last few months. The legendary Englishman revealed that he spotted Nwaneri in training recently with the under-18s and under-21s, and he just couldn't believe that the attacking midfielder is still only 15 years old. Seaman told TalkSport, "It's great for us to be making history, but you have to think of the long term. If you are good enough, you are old enough. He's got to be handled right off the pitch. He is a really good player, but you have to look after him. It all depends on how good you are, and that's what determines whether you get a chance to play or not. I have seen this guy in training when I have been going in and coaching with the under-23s and under-18s. Honestly, you wouldn't believe his age. He is at that age. He looks like he is a fully experienced pro. Then you find out how old he is, 15. He's that good, but still has to be handled right. Very similar to Ryan Giggs, he was handled perfectly by Virgie, and look how good he turned out to be. It's about making sure he gets the right treatment of the field. He will certainly get it at the training ground and in games. He will be well looked after. He is that good that he can handle all that. Villarreal wants to double the release clause of Arsenal target. Alex Baina is the latest attacking talent to break out at Villarreal, and the world's top clubs are paying attention to his development. The Spanish side has seen the likes of Samuel Chukwueze and Yermi Pino catch the attention of Arsenal in recent seasons. Now, the Gunners have also been linked with a move for Baina, but they don't want to sell him. His 6 goals from 10 competitive matches this season make him one of the finest players of their team, and they intend to keep him. However, he has a release clause of just €35 million on his contract that expires in 2025. Arsenal can easily trigger that, and they want to secure themselves against such an outcome now. Toto Vigaches reports Villarreal intends to hand him a new contract valid until 2027, and they will at least double his release clause to €70 million. Baina has looked decent and very comfortable in Europe and the Spanish top flight so far. He looked destined to play for one of the best clubs in the world, and Arsenal fits that description. The Gunners will be keen to ensure he joins them if he leaves Villarreal anytime soon, but there would be competition to sign him. Arsenal continue to scout midfielder who scored winning goal this week. Arsenal have sent scouts to watch Rennes midfielder rumour this week as he scored the winner for Croatia against Denmark. The 24-year-old has been a bright success story for Rennes since signing him from Dinamo Zagreb just over a year ago, with a number of clubs believed to be considering his signature. While Real Madrid and Barcelona have both been linked, we are continuing to track his progress also, and the French club are already said to be demanding as much as £44 million to any potential suitors, the Mirror reports. We have already sent scouts to take a closer look at him, and even had scouts keeping a close eye on his performance as he came off the bench to grab a winner in midweek, and we could well look to add him to our current crop of midfield options. Back in Croatia, he has been likened to Real Madrid's Luka Modric, who has thoroughly impressed in both Spain and in England with Tottenham previously, and a player in that ilk could definitely be a great addition to our squad if the price is right, of course. While our current needs in midfield appear to be for a more defensive-minded option, Meyer appears to be a more positive midfielder, and he could well provide further competition for Granit Xhaka, while a rival for Mo El-Neni or Thomas Partey is a more necessary addition through the middle at present. Arsenal gets a transfer boost as their targeted dreams of playing in the Premier League. Arsenal has been handed a boost in their bid to sign Mykhailo Mudryk, as the youngster admits it would be a dream to play in the Premier League. He has become the latest top talent from Ukraine, catching the attention of the best clubs around. The attacker has been delighting fans in Europe this season, even though he has hardly played a domestic game. A move to England could have happened in the summer, but his present club, Shakhtar Donetsk, is asking for too much money. He remained with them, but it would likely not be for long, as the youngster looks to play with a bigger club. He has been speaking to the press about his future a lot lately, and he was asked if he would love a Premier League move. He admitted it was a dream destination. He said to the Times, Yes, it's possible to come to the Premier League. The Premier League is the best league in the world, and everyone wants to play in this league. We are the best club for young talents to join if they want to keep developing, and Modric knows this. However, we don't expect him to force through a move, so we must be prepared to splash the cash to sign him. Arsenal planning mega money swoop for talent who is already like a veteran. Arsenal are looking to sign Juventus youngster Fabio Miretti, according to reports emerging from Italy this weekend. Calcio Mercato claims that Miretti is being eyed by Arsenal as part of a potential double swoop involving long-time target Dusan Vlahovic. Arsenal missed out on Vlahovic in January this year as Juve beat off the Gunners to seal the signing of one of Europe's most in-demand strikers. Miretti is seen as one of Italy's best young players at the moment. He is already featuring for the Juventus first team, and coach Massimiliano Allegri has already praised him in the past for playing like a veteran. Miretti plays like a veteran. He is very calm, knows how to escape marking, and his first touch is always aimed at going forward. You don't see many like him, Allegri said of the youngster following a clash with Roma. Calciomercato's report claims that a move from Arsenal would be worth more than £100 million to the Torino club. The Gunners already spent big in the summer, and with January around the corner and sitting top of the league, there is every chance the board backs Arteta again. Whether or not Miretti is one of the players Edu pushes for remains to be seen. The big problem Arsenal have got here is that Miretti is seen by Juventus as being one of the key components of their future, and he is already featuring in the first team. With that, it's so hard to see Juve selling him as of now. The same goes for Vlahovic as well. The Serbian only joined in January for massive money, so why Juventus would look to sell to the club they actually beat to sign Vlahovic is open to question. Fabrizio Romano gives his verdict on surprise Arsenal transfer rumour. Arsenal fans might want to cool their expectations slightly after surprise recent transfer rumours linking them with Dusan Vlahovic. Again, the Serbia international was a target for the Gunners during his Fiorentina days, but ended up joining Juventus last January instead, where he made a strong start before a bit of a dip in form in the club's poor run of form this season. Arsenal have been linked with Vlahovic again by Calciomercato, but Fabrizio Romano has given his understanding of the situation in the latest edition of his exclusive Count Offside column. Romano insists there is not currently anything going on between Arsenal and Vlahovic, and has suggested that, having invested so much in the player, Juve are unlikely to be ready to let him go just yet. At the moment, there is absolutely nothing between Dusan Vlahovic and Arsenal. We can't predict the future, but as of now, there is not even a direct contact, Romano said. Vlahovic is a key player for Juventus, and they invested €75 million plus add-ons for him, so it's extremely unlikely. He was great last season with Juventus. This year, all the players are not performing, so I don't think it's Vlahovic's fault that he's not yet performed at his very best. Arsenal fans will no doubt be keen to keep an eye on this and see if anything else emerges in the coming months, but for now, it's clearly not an accurate rumour. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has sent a subtle message to Arsenal in an emotional claim about the downs in his career as a player. The Gabon striker left the Emirates Stadium to Barcelona in January after failing out with Mikel Arteta and was stripped of the captaincy following a breach of discipline. The striker was in Spain for less than 8 months, though, after completing a deadline day transfer back to London, and he's yet to score for his new club, but has only played 2 matches, both in the Champions League, since joining on September 1. He has also seen a new manager come in as Graham Potter replaced Tuchel just 1 week after Aubameyang's transfer had been completed. Aubameyang, speaking of some of the toughest times during his career, said, "I've been through a lot of bad moments, not injuries." Reading between the lines, Aubameyang may well be describing the end of his Arsenal career, which is not a highlight of his. He added, "I was okay, but at the beginning of my career, everyone was talking about me as a sprinter only. This hurts sometimes because you know where you have come from, you know you went through a lot of stuff and you always try your best, and some people, even from your club, say you are not good at playing football." I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.